Hey guys, in this video I'm going to be talking about automation in BitFaster. Basically we call the automation module as alerts. So wherever we refer to BitFaster alerts, we are talking about some kind of automation. Now there are different things that you can do when it comes to automation. The first thing is you can define what we refer to as a connection string. This connection string basically tells BitFaster that it needs to connect to a specific database. You can specify all the parameters that are required to connect to a database in the connection string. Now as you can see here, I've already defined a connection string to the local SQL server, which is on the same system as I'm showing you the demo. So once you have this particular connection string defined, you can just test it to make sure that it's working fine, it's able to connect to the system. The connection name could be pretty much anything you desire. This is up to 100 characters. So, and there is no limit on the number of connection strings you can define, which pretty much means that you can connect to any multiple databases using BitFaster alerts. These databases could be SQL Server or Access or Salesforce. Even if it is on the cloud, all you need to know is the connection string, and pretty much you can connect to any kind of a database system or something that supports ODBC. So if you're not very sure about what it is, please consult your development team and they should be able to help you out on this. Now once you have defined your connection strings, you can start defining your alerts. Now I have already defined an alert here, but before we check out what the alert does, let me just show you how you can create a new alert. Just right click and say new alert. Now there are three different types of alerts that you can define in BitFaster. The first one is an email alert, then comes an SMS alert, and we also have something called data transformation. Now in this particular video we are only going to be talking about SMS alerts. You will have separate videos for email and data transformation later on. Coming back to this, the alert name is again up to 100 characters and you can define it the way you think is readable for you. Then you pick the connection string. You need to tell BitFaster, look, this is the database I want to connect to. And once you have picked the connection string, also input the SQL command. Now when we talk about SQL commands, it could either be a select statement or you could also run stored procedures. Now again, this is something that your development team should be able to configure. Once you have defined your SQL command, meaning this is for data pull, as you can see here it says it's only for data pull. So you need to, your SQL query will return a set of records. Now if you have to test whether the query is able to execute or not, just hit on run query. If there are any errors, BitFaster will tell you. If not, it will show you the list of columns and the data if anything is available as part of the window. I'll show you when we run through the actual alert itself. And once you have done that, it will populate the drop down here with the list of all the fields that you have retrieved in your SQL query. Now you need to tell BitFaster what is the field that you are actually using for communication. If it is email, you pick the email field. If it is an SMS, you pick the mobile number field, so on and so forth. Now once you have defined this, you can also put the schedule. When do you want, or how often do you want BitFaster to actually connect with this database, pull the records and take an action? So you can say it occurs every 5 minutes or 5 seconds, however you want, 15 minutes for example in this case. Or if you want to run it once a day, you just pick daily at and you specify the time. Okay. BitFaster also has something called as a post alert action, which is executed for each and every record that is retrieved from your SQL statement here. Basically, you are telling BitFaster that look, I have this record, now I need to take this action. Okay, we will go through that in detail when we discuss about the actual alert. As I mentioned, this is an alert I've already defined, an SMS alert, as I should say. It's given as a vehicle service done. That's the name of the alert. Now in this case, I am assuming that this is being used by a vehicle service company. So as and when the vehicles are ready for pickup, it just triggers a message. Okay, and this is the message that I would want to send. Hi, customer name, your vehicle, whatever is the vehicle number, is ready for pickup. Thank you. Whatever. You just pick up the SMS gateway that you would want BitFaster to use to send out these messages. Let's move to data source. You can see here, this is the server I am connecting to. So if you have multiple ones, just make sure you pick the right one here. And this is the SQL statement or SQL command that we are going to run in order to make this alert work. Now let's just hit the run query. As you can see here, when it executes the query, it pulls out all the columns that you have specified here, and if there were any records found, it would have shown even that here. So right now it says the command found 0 records, but these are the 4 column names that are returned. Now as I mentioned here, this is the field where you are going to specify which field name contains the data that BitFaster should use for communication. Now in this case, it's the mobile number. Since I'm going for SMS, I'm going to tell BitFaster that mobile number is the field it needs to use to communicate. And then, as I was saying, we have this post alert action. You can define one or more post alert actions for each and every record. So in this case, all I'm doing is telling BitFaster, look, once the SMS is sent, please go back to the database and update the status as sent. So here, if you read this particular SQL statement, it's only saying pull the records from a table called service master for wherever the service date is the current date. Get date is a SQL function which will return the current date, and SMS sent is false. 0 is false. So now my post alert action is alert name is SMS sent. It connect back to the same database. If it is a different database, you can pick the string from here. And all I am saying is update the service master table, say SMS as sent, which is equal to 1, that is true, where whatever was the identifier, this is the service record ID, this is the field that I have here. You can see here service record ID. So this is basically telling BitFaster for each and every record, once you send the SMS, go back and update the status. And all I have done here in the schedule tab is say that check for this every 30 seconds, which means SQL will connect to the BitFaster will connect to the SQL data source every 30 seconds, run this query. If there are any records, send the SMS, and then run this particular SMS sent action. Now I have a SQL server database that has been configured here. Okay, let me just go back. As you can see, there are a couple of records here already. Let's add a new record. We will call this as Mr. Test, and let's say the vehicle number was V whatever. I will just use the mobile number. I'll just go ahead and use the same number. And its current date, so which is basically read. Now this piece of information could be coming from your existing application. I'm just directly showing it to you here in the database, but this information will technically be coming from your data source, which could be again anything, even if it is Salesforce on the cloud or Microsoft CRM, doesn't matter. It could be one or more tables, even that doesn't matter. It all depends on your SQL statement. So this is the table that I'm using for the sake of example. Now you need to make sure that the alerts manager is running, which means just go to tools, and this particular tool, which is alerts manager, needs to be open all the time. So as and when you keep adding more and more alerts, it will keep updating the list here. Of course, this is tied to your BitFaster results account, so the number of alerts that you can define and the number of alerts that you can actually manage is monitored by BitFaster results. So if you need any assistance on this, please contact BitFaster support. You can see here that the last runtime and the next runtime is displayed here. Now as you can see, it's running the alert and it's now done. I have also got the SMS message, but let's go back and confirm whether the message was actually sent. To do that, you can leave the alerts manager window open, so as and when there are any new records coming in, it will automatically keep sending those messages. Under reports, let's go to view alerts. You can see here that there has been one alert. It will display the last 100 alerts that you have sent, but if you want to specifically look out for something, just make sure you search. Otherwise it will display the last 100 alerts, whether it is email or SMS, it will show you here. So this was the alert type, which is the SMS. Then you have the alert name, then you have the number to which it was sent, either its email or the mobile number, when was it created, and what is the current status. And you can see this is the message that was sent. It says, "Hi Mr. Test, your vehicle so and so is ready for pickup." This is the actual message that was sent out. Now you can also generate this report here under alerts, which is the alert log. So it could be for the email type or SMS. Since we have sent for, we are looking for the SMS report, let's just click on SMS. We'll just leave the settings as it is. Let's hit on generate. Here is the report. Now this is the mobile number, status as S, which is sent. Server response. Now server response, it says message sent. Now in one of the earlier videos, you can actually check out that video as well, which is for SMS, how to compose an SMS message. We basically have something called SMS response / error codes. Now in this window, you can define if the response has this particular value. Please note that this is case sensitive and this could vary depending on the gateway you use. Now you should be able to get the documentation that tells you how you can configure the response codes. So for the server that we are using, the response code ID colon with whatever characters indicates that it has been successfully sent. So you can notice here I put the response code as ID colon, and I would like the status to be shown as message sent. So this is how I'm getting that column in the Excel file. I hope you enjoyed this video. We have plenty of videos even on automation and how to use BitFaster. If you have any questions or suggestions, please use the comment section below and we'll respond as soon as possible. You can download BitFaster Professional for free from our website bitfaster.com, and you can also sign up for a free 30-day trial for BitFaster results. That's our tracking and tracking account, which can also be used for tracking your email alerts. So thanks for your time and have a nice day.